So
Yeah.
I was just trying to see what kind of art I liked, and I really love acting, because I want to dive into being a human being. I want to feel it all. You know what I'm saying? I want to go through it all, and I want to bring that
Uh-huh.
to life.
Yes, I loved it. You just mentioned that The Little Mermaid was the first movie that you seen as a kid, so I'm pretty sure you're excited for the live action with Ali Bailey.
Hey,
Yes.
yo, I am so happy for Haley, and I know it's a big task to take on because in my mind, artists are very they're servants. We're servants, right? We're social commentators. We give up a lot of our privacy. We give up a lot of our, even some of our opinions. We give up some of our ego, our identity to give to the world what we have, which is
Mhm.
through art. This could be musician,
Yeah.
painter, any type of artist that I'm talking about, and even a doctor to me is an artist, a surgeon putting a heart back together or something like that. That's an intricacy
Yeah.
that a lot of people, you and I might not be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? In this lifetime, that might not be our calling. So, now that I see her, and I was drawn to it when I was younger, and now that Haley is playing her, because I don't know how people are tripping about no damn mermaid. Okay, it's a mermaid, child. It's a
Exactly.
mermaid.
Like it's not that deep. Like the hate she been getting, it's like, come on, y'all. Like
But
really.
that's how you know mental illness is real. Like mental illness is a real thing, because there's no way that a person who is holistic and who is on their way to healing and really understanding what the human journey is about would look at a mermaid, and a mermaid that's black, and get
Yeah,
that
then agitated.
agitated, girl. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
damn. And that's how you know that this needs to happen, because
hmm
y'all should not be feeling. Nobody should feel that way about any person, place, thing, or art. That possessiveness of I own that.
yes, it's a cartoon. It's fake. Like, get over it. And like my daughter has been showing me different stuff on TikTok, like the ridiculous things people been putting up about it. And I'm like, don't show it to me no more. Like it's driving me crazy. But I told her, I'm like, we're gonna make a day of it. When the movie come out, we going. I'm taking her, I'm taking my niece, both of my nieces.
Listen,
We
and
gonna
we're
have a
gonna see
day.
it twice. Probably we're gonna do like we show up for this. There's a lot of people who don't need to see it, but we're
Yes.
gonna go see it, so we good.
Yep. Yes. So back on your acting journey, like after you discovered like I had a passion for that, like what actions did you start to take to pursue your dreams?
So my mother put me in Lee Strasberg School when I was very young, but I didn't stay in
Hmm
it. And I always tell people who have children, let your kid explore, because some kids are not meant to do ballet for 10 years. They want to try different
hmm
things out. So I was able to try out different things, but within that section of my life, I tried out theater, and I really liked
Okay.
it. And I remembered as I got older, I was like, man, I want to travel. I want to do something where I can connect with people. I want to be an artist. I don't want to do the same thing every day and live in the same place and I don't even want to have the same profession. Like, how can I be a
Yeah.
veterinarian and a lawyer and a doctor? Like, how can I do all that?
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I really wanted to do. And so the actionable steps are going to be, I went to college for theater. I took
hmm
workshop classes. I did many, many short films, many commercials. I lived in New York City, and I do suggest living in larger cities, or being
hmm
close to, maybe not even living in, but being in the surrounding area of an Atlanta, Miami, New York. Even I think New Orleans is coming up in the production game, and there's different
Okay.
places, and I think down south there's a couple different places coming up. So yeah, you have to find your tribe. You have to find your community. So I was just going to places where I could grow my craft. So I did tons and tons of theater. I did off Broadway shows. Yeah, and I did all the other stuff I mentioned.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like being in the acting profession, sometimes it might come easy to certain people because they might have parents that were already in the business, and it's just like they got the connections, and it's like, all right, that's like Angela Bassett's daughter or something. Put her in the movie, but you didn't have connections like that. I'm assuming. So can you
No.
tell us the struggle, like how hard it was for you to get to where you're at right
Yeah, I'm in the first full-time creative in my family, I would think. I have a lot of teachers in my family, a lot of service workers in my family, IT people in my family. So I'm the
now?
first full-time artist, and it takes a lot. Like I've been on EBT, I've been homeless, I've had to go couch to couch. I've worked a lot of nighttime jobs like bartending, waitressing. And I
Mm-hmm.
know that's a privilege because a lot of people don't have parents that can see their vision or see their dream. So she supported me in whatever I had going on. So when it was time for me
Yeah.
to move, because I wanted to come to LA, I wanted to make it as, a leading actor. Like that was my goal. Everybody has different goals. You might want to be a Broadway actor, so you go to New York. You might want to do something else and go somewhere else,
Uh-huh.
but that, yeah. So that was my kind of my journey and how I started. And girl, it took forever. It took me 14 years until I even got a speaking role on TV. So it takes a lot of time, and you just
Oh
have to keep
wow.
practicing. And I always say you have to build another skill. You need another skill. Like, whether it's writing, whether you're in
Yeah.
service work, whether you do hair, whether do you do nails, whatever it may be, just get another skill too to help yourself.
Wow. 14 years, like,
Um, I had to change my
uh-huh.
sleeping habits. I had to change what I was reading, the music I was listening to. It was just kind of like changing my environment. And that by default changes where you live, who you're friends with, how you spend your time. And then I was spending my time trying to be, in environments where I saw myself that I wanted to be, which was in
Uh-huh.
the film industry or the TV industry. So, I use meetup.com. I use Facebook groups.
Uh-huh.
Y'all just got to get outside. Like you got to meet people.
Yeah. Like I say that a lot. Like sometimes social media can be good because I feel like a lot of the friends I've met are people from social media. Like they support me the most, they shout me
Yeah.
out the most, and it's like I don't know. What is it with people that you know versus the people you don't know?
I know it's a balance, but I still think
Uh-huh.
real life matters because at the end of the day, the
Yeah.
real life situation next to people, interacting with them. The cool thing about social media is I can talk to you at any time. I could be wherever and have this interview with you, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But other than that, and it's a good way for people to be introduced to you, but still, real life, like,
Yeah, that's true.
you know, yeah.
So obviously you got through all the struggles and now you're on Tyler Perry's hit TV show Sistas on BET Plus. So tell us, how do you get an audition with Tyler Perry? Like how does that happen?
My manager was looking on Actors Access. So there's a couple of, places that actors use: Actors Access, Backstage.com, LA
Hmm.
Casting, Central Casting, stuff of that nature. So my manager saw the audition on there. And yeah, and I sent in a tape, but that's normal. Like we send in tapes all the time. We're auditioning all the time. So actors who are actively, looking for it,
Okay.
we interview more than any other profession, in my opinion, because
I bet.
like if I'm having 70 auditions a year, 100 auditions a year, then that's interviews essentially
Yeah.
to, be hired. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. So Sabrina, I love Sabrina. And I don't know, like I don't know you personally, but I feel like it's some of Sabrina in you. Like, can you break down your character and do you relate to her any kind of way?
Sabrina is, she's a Cancer. So she's very caring, kind. She's
Uh-huh.
a mother type of figure, she's always asking a lot of questions.
Uh-huh.
She really cares about her friends and the outcome of their lives, but she might be codependent in a way. And
Mm-hmm.
she might be very vulnerable right now. I think she's in a place of rediscovering her needs. And,
Mm-hmm.
everybody gets to that cycle a few times in our lives. It's not just
Yeah.
one, oh, I like this at 20 and I'm gonna like it forever. That's not how life works.
Yeah.
So that's what she does. She worked at the bank. Now she's in trouble. Now we don't
Yup.
know what's happening with the bank now at this point, but she worked at the bank. And the way that we're similar is that we're both very caring people. And I do ask my friends a lot of questions and I do want the best for them, but I'm much more direct. Like, and if you
Yeah.
don't want to, if
Okay.
you don't, and it's not that if you don't want to listen, see that I feel like in friendship we get it messed up sometimes. You're coming to me to say something. Then I ask you, do you want me to just listen or do you want me to give advice? I want you to give advice. Okay. And I'm talking only for the instances where you're asking for advice.
Yeah.
Now we've had this conversation 10 times. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm already talking to myself 10 times, right? Like trying to make myself decide if I'm going to do this better or do that or whatever the case may be. I don't have time to be doing that for you too.
It's
Come
stressful.
to me when you have like less than 3 times, you know, so we can just put you over the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like get it done. So yeah, that's the difference between me and her. I feel like I'm a mix of maybe like spiritually, spirit wise, Danny and Sabrina, you know, like I'm a mix of them both. Like I'm direct, but I care.
Well, that's a good mixture because Danny is just gonna tell you how it is. Like she don't care.
And she don't care.
Up. Like stop. And then Sabrina is like, come on, Neil. Like, but that's a good mixture to have in real life. Oh my God. So like you mentioned, Sabrina is in trouble because I feel like Sabrina don't know how to put boundaries up with people. So Neil, she's in trouble. And I didn't get to see last night's episode because I was watching something with my daughter. But can you tell us what's in store? Like, can you tell us where season 5 is going?
No, y'all just gonna have to watch because there's nothing that I can say that will make you guys feel any type of way. I feel as if every character is at a turning point. I feel like we're at a climax right now. You know, things are happening. The stakes are extremely high. Yeah, and we gotta see what happens in the sister circle. And that's all I can say. Y'all, it's
let me tell you, like Sabrina, she don't know how to put up boundaries, but all the other girlfriends, Karen, Andy, and Danny, they all driving me crazy right now. I'm like, please stop.
Everyone doesn't see the thing is everyone doesn't know how to put up boundaries in other places. Sabrina doesn't know how to put up boundaries with her friends. That's why I think it's so sensitive. Whereas Andy doesn't put up her boundaries with Gary. You know what I'm saying? Karen doesn't have clear boundaries with Zach. Right. So there's these dynamics that with the men, it's different. Whereas in the women's relationship is also another dynamic. And that's what I like about the show. There's a lot of complexities.
Well, y'all heard Novi. We gotta just stay tuned and figure out what's happening.
That's it.
They acting a whole fool over on Sistas.
A whole fool. They got me in a prison memes and all this other stuff. I'm like, y'all funny. But free Sabrina.
I just seen something like that earlier. I was cracking up. But all right, so just in time for Halloween and the spooky season, you just came out with 2 films on Tubi. One is Alone in the Dark and Spider. So can you tell us a little bit about those movies? Because it's totally different characters. Like, first of all, what's her name? Rashonda. And she is crazy. But just let us know.
That makes me so happy, Natasha. I'm so grateful that you even spend your time seeing any of it and researching it. But yeah, the Rashonda character and Spider took 5 years to make. Desmond Heck. I met him, I think on Backstage. And this is what I was talking about earlier about the steps that I was taking. So I was on Backstage submitting myself to these projects. And it wasn't about getting paid a lot because I wasn't. Those are my own clothes, my own accessories. I did my own hair. I didn't wear any makeup. This was an indie film, you know, so I did that before and after I got Sistas. That's how long that process was. So that one's really great because that has to do with, you know, Rashonda, who's a character who doesn't get as much male attention. And I think that's a good topic in general for people who just don't get attention and the type of people they become, right? I don't know. Is she a female incel or is that going too far? Like, is she is she giving that? Because she ends up, you know. Okay, anyway, so you guys will see. You guys will make your own judgments and make your own breakdowns. But she uses witchcraft and voodoo for love. Okay, and so that's all I'll say there. And it's giving Get Out. So if you guys are into like psychological thrillers and horrors and stuff like that, then you'll check that out. And the other one, Alone in the Dark, is about Bree Collins. She's a wife. She was in a really financially wealthy relationship with this man. Unfortunately, he was a fraudster, a schemester, and a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
And the money
Yes.
wasn't real. And now she's on house arrest because she has consequences to pay with him. But she has a stalker that's looking for her. And so that one is more of an action, thriller, suspense as well. I had a lot of fun doing
And it's
that.
a lot of twists and turns.
A lot of plot twists, a
Yeah,
lot
because,
of turns.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm just grateful because I really want my portfolio to be diverse, you know, so that's grateful these characters are finding me.
Go here, download, make a profile, watch both different in each movie. Bree was kicking butt. It had twists and turns. I thought that I knew who it was, but I didn't. And Rashonda is a creep. That's all. So y'all need to go.
She's a creep. You said she's a creep.
Weird. That's what I got from it. I'm like, what is wrong with
She's
this
a
girl?
creep.
But
That's good. She is.
go watch it. So another passion of yours is astrology. So I see that you had a show called Conversations and Constellations on YouTube. Is the first astrology talk show. Are you coming back with another season?
Yes, we absolutely are coming back with another season. We need some sponsors, so shout out anybody who's into astrology, hit me up. And we're featured on the Black Women's Network, which is a streaming service content by Black women for Black women, but everybody can watch. And the season 1 is up there, and it's also on my YouTube. And I'm going to turn it into a podcast, and you know, I'll do all the things, and I'll grow it very slowly. But I'm going to take my time with this one because I know it's going to become like this thing, right, that I have to really manage and get into. So I'm just building my astrology family through my YouTube and my Twitter so that I have a bigger audience. I'm building my social media so I have a bigger audience for that content. I'm really excited to share it because energy don't lie, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't. Is that something you always been into, like family? Because I know my nana, she's all about, I don't know if it's the same thing, but she has the dream book, and if you tell her a certain dream, your sign, she gonna say, well, this is this and that about that sign. So is it something your family talked about or something you learned along the way?
No, my family never spoke about it. I read it about Cosmo, right? Like a lot of young girls read a magazine. But I discovered it when I moved to LA because I was having a difficult time understanding that my personal timing in life and why it's working out for me. Relationships or just working out, even though I thought XYZ. So when I discovered it, I realized, okay, this is the energy that I have. These are the situations I'm going through. Okay, now I have a better understanding. And now I use it to help other people to understand how to better use their energy and make real changes to their life, because you can practically use astrology. You know, there's certain colors, there's certain herbs, there's certain anything that one can embody to really shift their life in a positive way.
Okay. So that's something I would have to watch and study more with you, because I don't like, I know the basic, not even the basics. Like I'm like, ask my nana, like, what's my horoscope, and that's it. Or because I'm an Aquarius, and that's as far as I know. Like like it's certain traits maybe I might have. But I was watching one of your shows, and one of your guests named Zola was saying that everyone has a little bit of every sign in them. I think I'm quoting her right. Okay.
Yes. Everything, because the planets were still there when you were born. So it's not like you just take one, you know, the energy is there from everything. It's just that it's formulated differently. You're an Aquarius, but you were born at a different time than other Aquarius people. So that's going to give you a different mindset or a different perspective, because it's all based on the position of the sky and the earth. So it moves every 2.5 days. The moon is in alignment with women's cycle every month. The moon, when it's full, there's more accidents. The hospital is more full. You know, there's so much symbolism behind, more as a symbolic science than it really can inform you. Because when you think about Aquarius, It's a fixed air sign, meaning these people have a tendency to be stubborn. Like y'all want the best for people, but in your way. You know what I'm saying? And there's, because you're opposite of Leo
Yeah.
too, and Leo's your sister sign, and Leo's about pride and ego, right? Leo's about but pride for myself, and Aquarius is like, but for everybody. It's, you know, you got to include everybody, but I'm the smartest person in the room because I'm a genius. Because there is something about Aquarius that makes you guys innovative. You guys are very new age. You guys are very progressive. If you look at many Aquarius artists, Brandy is an Aquarius. And a lot of people don't talk about singers who are Aquarius, but I looked up a few and they have Aquarius placements. And I'm like, oh no, these are the people. That's why we call her the vocal Bible. You know, that's why people look up to her. But there's the other that needs to feel like they belong, because a lot of times they don't belong. They don't feel like they belong in the family they're in. They feel like the outcast. They feel like the scapegoat. So there are these themes that it just kind of, then you sit there and you're like, oh my God, you think about your life. You put all the pieces together. You're like, oh my God, that's true. No wonder I got kicked out of school. No wonder I ran away. No wonder I didn't go to college. No wonder I didn't, you know, I'm a rebel. I'm a revolutionary. And if you nurture that energy instead of suppressing that energy, then we can have people who feel more comfortable being themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to make everybody do the same thing. But girl, me and you don't like the same thing. So, and that's okay.
Oh, wow. You was telling some truths there.
Listen,
like you're telling me about myself. So, all right, so y'all follow Novi on Twitter because I know you post a lot of that astrology things on your Twitter. So if y'all want to learn more about that, go on Twitter and follow her.
Yes.
But I said later we was going to get into the hair, the natural hair. Has it always been this, like, you always were in love with your natural hair? Because I know it took me a while to get to this state. Like, I was the short pixie cut with the perm, and I had to have my perm because I had to lay down. So
did you see the thread? Did you see the thread online about all the perm girl boxes talking about they wasn't getting perms? Listen, I'm telling you, that's how it is. Because no, I didn't always love my natural hair because I didn't see it. So no, but I can't wait. When I'm older, I'm gonna lock my hair. That's my next phase. When I get old, then I'm like gonna lock it down because it'll be silver and all that cool stuff. This is gonna be a vibe. But yeah, I chopped it off. It was an accidental chop, but not accidental because, you know. And then my life changed because I had to learn how to deal with my hair. And then I realized I didn't get a lot of perms anyway because my hair is softer. And I just stopped getting them because I was only getting them like 2 or 3 times a year anyway. So I just stopped after I cut my hair. I saw my curls come in and I just started manipulating with that. I was living in New York at the time, in the city. So, you know, the city is gonna, like, you could dress how you want. You could do what you want. Like, it's whatever. I was living in Harlem, you know, the natural hair was popping back then in the streets of Harlem, not maybe necessarily in the world, but in Harlem, there's always natural girls around. So I was just like, okay, I'm just leave it like this. And I started going on auditions and I would be booking with my name, booking. I was like, oh snap, maybe this is how I'm supposed to be. That was God talking to me and saying, it's okay to be you, like your natural self, like that's good enough. So that's something that I really am leaning into, and I want to bring it to my characters. I want to bring it on screen. Like, I love me a good glam and a beat down, but I also love me a nice little clean face. You know what I'm saying? And I love messy hair. Like, this is old hair. I had a wig on the other day because I was doing a project, and this is just my braid out. Like, I just left it alone because sometimes you just got to leave your stuff alone. So yeah, it's been a really nice journey.
Yeah, and I noticed that with all your projects, you always have your hair, a natural hair style. Like, even if it's a protective style, it don't even have to be your own natural hair, or you try to represent us. And I like that you're doing it because I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I like that she's seeing different women on TV with their natural hair, because she had a moment where she wasn't liking her hair because she has like real tight curly hair, and my sisters, their hair texture is like straight. So she told my sisters, I want my hair to be like y'all's. And it's just like, that really hurt me. But now she's so confident now. Like, she'll wear her hair in a bush. She do all these different, like, mom, I wear my hair in the bush, put the coils in. And I just love that she has representation like you.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so much. It's really important. If I would have known early, and then it's a lack of knowledge. You know, if we
hmm
don't know how to take care of our hair, we're not going to know how to manipulate it to look good. Because y'all was lying about these wigs. I had on a wig the other day. That's a lot of maintenance.
uh,
No,
it's too
don't
much.
you guys ever talk about natural hair ever again. Ever again. Don't crack your lips. Don't say nothing. Because that
Yes.
wig was so, first of all, it was so annoying. My head is itchy. The lace is moving. Like it was
It's
don't, and
probably
you guys
hot
gotta remove it
too.
every day, put it back on, remove it, put it back.
The glue
No,
and
no, no. I am gonna get my braids for my
uh,
6 to 8 hours. I'll do that one time.
yes.
And then I'll just style my hair every other day. Don't ever come for us natural girls ever again because I tried y'all lace. I tried it. I tried it.
Exactly. Y'all hear it, don't come for us.
Don't come for
So let
us.
me just tell
Taking
you
off the
my
glue, it
favorite
hurts.
style.
Don't, the glue is right. The glue is sticky. It hurts. My edges hurt. No. Mm-mm.
Yes, probably pulling out your edges, but that's a different
It
story.
is. I was upset. I was like, this is a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It was all
Yeah.
a lie. Like,
So, what are some of your top favorite protective hairstyles? Because the ones I like is when I seen you was doing your own hair, and I was like, oh, she can do her own hair too. Like you did the little puff knot. That
yeah,
was a cute
that
hairstyle.
was cute.
Then I love your faux locks, Sabrina's
I
faux
love
locks.
faux locks.
They're so cute. And then I seen you were at Essence, the Essence Festival, and you had like a white outfit on. You had the straight backs, but they had like the little pearls or something in it.
Pearls in it. That's from Ingrid. Ingrid does this amazing hair. She also did my hair on this movie coming out. And yeah, I just saw it. I saw the pearls in it. I was like, this is beautiful. You know, and I wanted the
Yes.
wiring in it. Wire in the hair is where it's at, y'all. Put some wire in y'all hair. Y'all can manipulate it how you want. Make
Oh,
it
so
look
that's
all,
why it was all twisty at the bottom like
yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
then your other hairstyle you had, I think it was the BET Awards, you had it like up in the back, like some kind of
That was
way.
a wire too.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I love
Okay.
it. And I
Giving
love
us
and
some
one of
tips.
my other favorite cornrows, straight backs. Give me some straight backs. I'm gonna always feel confident, especially the stitch braids, you know, where the
Uh-huh.
scalp is all clean and oh, I
Yes.
love it.
But
It
I
looks
feel
so
like you elevated it because back in the day when my mom used to do straight backs, I was like, I don't want no straight backs. But now it's like you can do different things to it, put the jewels in it.
yeah, accessories. Listen, if you
Yes.
really think about fashion, I be trying to tell people if you really think about fashion, it's about the accessory game because
Mm-hmm.
if you just add a couple more pops, that white t-shirt is gonna look great because you have all these necklaces or these really you could have the straight bags but fire earrings. Like that's what's gonna set
Yes.
off the entire look. You know what I'm saying? Because you have your hair is clean and your lips gotta be nice and juicy
Mm-hmm.
and your eyelashes have to pop and then you're good to go. You don't even need a full beat because
Uh-huh.
you're clean. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have time for a question from the audience?
Yes.
Okay. The question says, how do you deal with low self-esteem as a dark-skinned woman?
Oh, that's so good. It is I'm in therapy. I have a therapist. I do meditation, prayers, scripting, talking to my friends, surrounding myself with friends who give really good advice. Also with people who look like you. You know, you need a couple people around you who look
Mm-hmm.
like you and who are confident about themselves because that bounces back off to you. I'm not saying close
Yeah.
your circle up, but have a community, right? So I have a community of beautiful Black women that I'm surrounded by. We're all different body types, different skin textures, and all that other stuff. And I just always try to remember that, baby, I'm one of one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm supposed to. This is my special tone for me. This is how
Yes.
I'm supposed to look, and my confidence comes from just it goes up and down because it's about, you know, I'm a woman, like it's
Yeah.
the body thing, it's all of
Yeah.
that. It's but baby, do your hair, get dressed, like do
Yes.
not get dressed, get your favorite perfume, like do things that make you feel good, get a massage, have your facial
Self-care.
routine. Like, you know, just do stuff that makes you feel good because the world is built a lot of it to make you feel like shit. So
Yes.
you really got to go out your way to take care of yourself. You got to find your needs. And yeah, I surround myself with people who think that I'm beautiful. So that
Yes.
helps, right? My man
Right.
thinks I'm
Forget
beautiful.
y'all.
My mom thinks I'm beautiful.
Exactly.
So build yourself a good community. That's what's gonna help, and give yourself some grace.
Yes. Because somebody gonna say something about anything. It don't even have to be your complexion. They gonna find something to say about you.
Something.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Novi, before we go, and I thank you so much for joining us. Just let us know what you have coming up soon, because I know you got two holiday projects coming up. So you've been working.
Yes, I've been working, y'all. I'm so blessed. Um, so I have The First Noel, which is a Christmas movie, BET Plus November 10th, and Holiday, which will be on BET Plus. So two Christmas films. I'm very excited. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. This is the same name on my Twitter. They're both the same names. And yeah, and follow me on YouTube, Conversations and Constellations, for more astrology content. Tasha, for everything. I really
Thank you so much, Novi. Thank you for joining us, and I can't wait to see the two holiday movies come out. You enjoy the rest of your day.
thank you, you too. Bye, y'all.